Hello viewers, this is Marianne from Revealing Light, Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. If you're new to this channel, it was established, just after the ex-president was elected sometime around 2017, 18 or the end, somewhere around there. And I do a whole bunch of things on this channel, from political tarot, around political, looking at leaders, looking at political affairs, looking at global events, looking at environmental events. I look at these through the lens of astrology, tarot, and clairvoyance. I also channel as well. So if you're not in step with any of those things, then this channel's probably not for you. I've just had a few people come on and be, they're new to the channel and they throw an insult here or there as though I'm somehow suddenly sprang up yesterday. No, I haven't. I've been doing this for a number of years. That being said, I have been looking at the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and I am a firm believer that there are no two sides to when a country invades another sovereign country and starts to use the murdering of citizens as a war strategy. In other words, to weaken their opposition. So I don't think there's two sides there or any argument that can help explain that away. So if you're thinking that, then this channel's not going to be for you. Some people will say, well, why do you do that at the beginning of videos? I do it because some people stumble upon the channel. They don't really know what it's about. They perhaps are a Republican Trump supporter, or maybe they're a Vladimir Putin supporter, and then they just troll thereafter. So if we get the boundaries done straight away, it saves me a lot of moderation. And it really does work. Putting lines in the sand, drawing boundaries actually does work. It just changes the energy. And so there's awareness up front, and then we can move into this subject at hand and the reading, whether that be through astrology, tarot cards, or clairvoyance, or a bit of both, or all three. All right, let's get started here. Today, I want to look at Putin's health. I'm getting to the point now where, based on viewers' questions and speculation as well, that his actions are somehow worse because he is on steroids to counteract a medical condition. Nothing will explain away why he's doing what he's doing. He has fairly calculating reasons for that. But is he going a step further than he may normally have because of a health problem? Who knows? That's what we're here to find out. I have gotten to the point where I can no longer look at images of the atrocities, the war crimes in Ukraine. It's just too hard for me to do. I'm of the view that if we don't have a peacekeeping force in there to stop this wholesale slaughter, then why do we have an international body that's supposedly an international law if we allow leaders, totalitarian, imperialistic and bloodthirsty leaders to break it? Why? So I'm of the firm believer that it's long past time for a peacekeeping force in there. Okay, so the latest thing I saw, which kind of tipped me a little bit over the edge, was in Mariupol, the city. The Russians are taking out the citizens of Mariupol and trucking them into Russia to destinations unknown. Now, to me, there are so many similarities with what happened in World War II and the Holocaust. People being taken from their homes, taken out of their country and their homes, and put into what probably is a gulag. Okay, all right. So the other, I guess, speculation is the oligarchs are getting ready to take Putin out. So maybe we'll look at that too. But I really am here to look at, see if I can tune into what's going on with his health. So all donations, I'll leave a link to Ukraine, please, which I've been doing for since I started reading here, directing donations to Ukraine. So let me see if I can call up a couple of photos of Putin to show you. All right, so these are recent photos. We might start with this one. It's a little bit blurry, but you can see the classic moon shape here. These are recent photos. Of course, he's been looking like this, you know, those dead-eye eyes, and almost as though, you know, to me, intuitively, he's a man, that really doesn't care anymore, and also he seems to be battling with a huge realization around his legacy. To me, this photo says A, he's battling health problems, and B, he's understanding. They say that Putin is quite psychic. He's understanding that the end is nigh for him one way or another. His actions didn't go the way he planned. It wasn't a quick victory to shore up his support in Russia and gain whatever the Ukraine could offer in terms of resources, a change of leadership to install someone who was Putin's man in Ukraine. It just didn't go to plan, and to me, that says he's cornered and he knows it. All right, let's look at another photo. Let's see if we can. Okay, so that was a fairly recent one. I want to take you back to an older shot. Okay, so this is around the time that Navalny was poisoned and imprisoned. So we see an entirely different Putin here. Now, that would have been, I was reading in 2020, I think, on that. So we've got now a span of time, 18 months, 2 years. To me, that's how he has always looked. And it is different to the photos that we're seeing now. I just want to call up another more recent photo as well. Let's just get rid of that one and move here to this one. Okay, so this is, I'll just concentrate on this for a little bit here. This was sent to me by a dear friend of mine and a viewer, but her question, I know she doesn't mind me mentioning, I won't name her, but she's a retired nurse, and she was speculating that he has the classic moon face, and it doesn't matter wherever you go, you'll see the same speculation that he has this classic moon face that that may denote steroid use, and as you know, that can cover a number of conditions from cancer, I think, through to Parkinson's. Now, the BBC has confirmed that he does have Parkinson's, and I've posted an article on that on my Facebook. But I think this is more. Paranoia and extreme anxiety. I'm not a medical professional. I don't pretend to be, and I'm not. And you're entitled to anyone who does have those backgrounds, please, a medical background, give us your thoughts in the comment section. To me, it's more than that, more than Parkinson's, but paranoia and anxiety, extreme anxiety, go along with that as well. Putin has always played the muscle man. He's, you know, bare-chested on the white horse. You see pictures of him out hunting, and he's always portrayed this really macho image. So to me, though, this photo says something else. This says to me there's a, you know, I don't want to say sadness, but because, you know, this bloke's a monster. but there seems to be some kind of realization that the end is near, the end of his time, the end of his era. I'm not sure he realizes, well, of course he would realize, given he frequently poisons his adversaries, his political adversaries. He would be realizing that he's a target for an assassin. But I don't feel he's worried about that. He is more churned up about the loss of support, the loss of that. It's a classic ego struggle here. The loss of the Russian people supporting him. Plenty do, but also plenty don't. And you've got those protesters being locked up, particularly around the younger generation. And that tells you that he knows his time is up. And that's what I see there, a knowledge that his time is up. The greater question is whether or not he has a fatal disease, a terminal illness that would explain that he really doesn't care how far he goes. I hope that's not the case. And I'm still hopeful that a peace deal can be offered and the invasion stopped. But I am of the opinion that we need other actions other than sanctions to stop the murder, the whole scale slaughtering of peoples, wherever in the world that might be, beyond the fear that this will provoke World War II. There needs to be that world body, not associated with any one country, and that would have to be the UN. There needs to be a peacekeeping force in there. Okay, all right, let's get started. Of course, you know my prediction is that he will be assassinated. Okay, I don't know when that will be. All right, so let's just look at some overarching messages from Spirit. Overarching messages from Spirit. Yeah, you know, it's like we're watching a movie and some of us don't understand that this is actually, you know, people like the Candace Owens and the Marjorie Taylor Greens, etc. They're still trying to grift celebrity off this. They don't understand that this is so tragic. Anyone spouting Putin's talking points, you know, some real karma, as much and all as this is a karmic situation for Putin and perhaps indeed for Ukraine and Russia, this is also a karmic situation for us. Where were we when the bombs were falling on the children's hospital? How did we react? What support did we give? And I know everyone on this channel has given as much support as they can in many, many ways. All right, thank you for that. Some messages from Spirit, please. Messages from Spirit. Justice. Justice. What has been taken away will be given back. The balancing of the scales. I've had some people say, well, what good is the international court decision? Well, it means that those frozen funds, because he broke the law and invaded another country, those funds will be held and most likely go in restitution for Ukraine when this is all over. Justice will be done. This is also number 11, which is a divine, it's the gateway number. I call it my gateway spirit number. It's an angelic energy here that we're seeing. Justice insofar as justice will be widespread, sweeping. Justice, when it comes, will be sweeping. Two of Earth. So this is like the Two of Pentacles. It is decision time for us in so many ways. This is a crossroads. We've got that decision to make. Now, in the traditional Rider-Waite, that's somebody juggling on the shoreline, having to make a decision about which ship comes in and which one heads to the rocks. They can only bring in one ship, hence a decision needs to be made. So are we going to make the right decision? It's incumbent upon us all. And we've got love and healing here. So there's a strength here in, again, the unity that we're seeing, the way the West is coming together. There is a group of European countries that are talking about forming a bloc on their own. I said at the beginning this would remake global borders in a way. And I still firmly believe that when this is over and done with, we will face or have faced a huge test, and there will be wide sweeping changes in Europe as a result. Now, let's see what is at the basis of the pack. So we've got 4 of Cups, so much spilt, so much loss. There is a cup there. The 5 of Swords, so much loss to abuse of power. We're feeling it. All of us are feeling it. We have the 8 of Pentacles. So much work will be needed to repair. So much humanitarian work. And the 5 of Earth. So many people dislocated, needing to have a safe haven, leaving their homes. I think it was something like 10 million people have been displaced in Ukraine. And the 2 of Swords. A decision will need to be made eventually. We cannot look on. So I have also felt that there is the possibility of a deal between Russia and Ukraine eventually. I don't believe Putin will win his invasion. In fact, many are saying that it's stalled. And of course, we're all worried about what can he do? What is he capable of doing? Let's take a look at his health. Now, that was the good tarot. And now I'm going to use the Aquarian tarot. So let's just take a look at his overarching overall health. Let's see what I can pick up. Vladimir Putin's overarching health. So what I'm seeing, someone is on a high wire act, and they are hanging on with one hand. They are losing control of this high wire act. That's what I'm seeing. I do see liberating soldiers coming in. I don't know what that is. Okay, Putin, what happens? Does he eventually fall? So it's like he wanted this quick victory in Ukraine to shore up his political support. So the fissures in his political support, including from those around him, the isolating big tables that he sits on. This has been going on before Ukraine. So the health problems have been there for some time. It is rumoured or speculated that his current partner and daughters have wanted him to bow out. And he thought perhaps with some confused thinking or not sharp thinking that this was just going to roll into Ukraine and that would be it. And that's perhaps how he intended to go out, as a kind of hero. And now what's coming to him is death. He's bringing death. He's both a bringer of death and he is a target for death. Okay. Show me Putin's health. So, he could even be assassinated getting into a car, because that's what I'm seeing. I don't know if he has a long-time driver. I know he's changed his staff. 1,000 were sacked. 1,000 new ones were brought in. But there's something around a black car. All right, that's what I saw. All right, show me Putin's health. So we have the Ace of Swords. Clarity, mind clarity, truth, and the Knight of Cups. You know, the Knight of Cups is an offer, a deal, an offer of love. So we could see the Ace of Swords is a new start, but I'm talking about his health and the Knight of Cups. So that could be a pressure upon him to do a deal. The Knight of Swords. Okay, so to me, this is all mind energy. Mind energy. The Knight of Swords, that's quick energy, quick thinking energy. It can be something around the truth, wanting the truth to come forward. But we have justice in the past here. So he wanted victory. Eight of Rods. So we've got something coming very, very quickly. The Eight of Rods could be news. It's like the High Wire Act. It's like something's out of control. It's too quick. It's going too quickly now. Each day there, you know, we had sanctions within a couple of weeks. Then the banking system froze assets. The West became unified. But this is also things, you know, through the sky, missiles. The High Priestess. Okay, so this is around intuition, the subconscious. I feel there's a paranoia, is what this reading is telling me. There's not mental clarity, and there's some kind of paranoia here that he's allowing his subconscious to really run away with him, which is what paranoia is. It's not grounded in reality. Ten of Swords, yeah, again, the Ides of March, complete and utter downfall. He is fearing that one of his own will take him out. He's fearing his complete and utter downfall. The Eight of Swords, you see all this mind energy, restriction, paranoia. Now I'm more than convinced that this is a problem with his own mind. The Page of Swords, what does he fear? He fears assassination. So much of what is happening to him now has happened to past leaders. He's crossed the point now of any sort of strategy. He's now in that last stages of dictatorship where, you know, it's almost inevitable that there will be an assassination. Judgment, an inevitability here. Whatever's wrong with his health, it's an inevitability that he's on the decline mentally and perhaps emotionally as well, consumed with fear and paranoia. And we've got the Judgment card, which is a hugely karmic card. What's heading toward Putin is karmic in itself. The Judgment card, an inevitability. An inevitability. Let's see what's clarifying that Judgment card. The Ace of Pentacles, a new start. So we have the ending of something, the beginning of something else. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So we've got Jupiter energy here. Somebody, again, by the time, is Jupiter in Pisces already? There's something around that timing. Let's see what's at the base of the pack. Yeah, of course, insecurity, about his legacy, also about his money too. Freezing assets to him would have been very, very difficult, but for him, because of the way that he structured the Russian elites, and then he's turned on the Russian elites. Well, so he should, because I think they are the ones that could ultimately organize to take him out. So I'm going to draw a clarifier over the Judgment card. I mean, it's an inevitability. The question is around his health. There's a mental issue, a mental deterioration, and a huge paranoia here. And there's an inevitability about this question that I asked. So we have the Queen of Swords and the Magician, manifestation, a lot of sword energy, and the Four of Pentacles. Again, even a woman around him. Yeah, okay, Two of Rods, something coming to fruition in time. And we've got the Ten of Rods. Yeah, he's struggling. Paranoia and the wounded in battle. You know, this card depicts a knight that comes back either mortally wounded and they bury him, or extremely wounded and, you know, they retreat. But here we've got the mental paranoia and we've got the retreat and ill health. It can stand for ill health. And we've got the Ten of Swords. So it couldn't be clearer. He does have health issues. It's the mental deterioration that worries me the most. You can look at the Parkinson story. There's reputable sources there, but he has a sickness of the mind. Now, what's causing that, I don't know. Tarot can't be that exact. If he's on steroids for a cancer treatment, for example, it's affecting the way he's thinking. He knows, I know, he knows the end is near. Now, what that means, I don't know. Removal from office. And he's so paranoid. He's so paranoid. You know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Okay, so, all right, so let's see here. I don't want to make this too long today. When will this be over? Oh, okay, no. Is he liable to, I don't think, I've never thought he will drop a nuclear bomb, although I am worried about chemical weapons, given that I saw people having breathing problems. This could be the hypersonic missiles, I don't know, or the thermobaric, I'm not sure. I don't see a wide-scale nuclear strike, nor do I see World War III. But I have seen something. Will he launch a chemical attack, given that he's so consumed with paranoia? Will he launch a chemical attack on Ukrainians? You know, that's judgment. An inevitability. The Knight of Swords, crossed by the Knight of Swords. Let's keep going. The Three of Rods. This is like overseas, waiting for your ships to come in. It's like an overseas influence. Two of Pentacles, again, the precarious nature. And the Queen of Cups, something being revealed is in the sky. That can be like a poison chalice. The Ace of Swords in the immediate future. The King of Cups in the here and now. He'd like to be seen as the King of Cups. The Queen of Rods. This is the bravery. You know, this is Ukraine here. Let's see what is in the hopes and fears. Control. Wanting to be the Emperor. Fearing control is slipping, and the outcome card is the abuse of power. That's not necessarily a yes card, but he will show strength wherever he can. And the Knight of Pentacles talks about a slow, sustained energy here. I'll draw a clarifier on that Five of Swords. He wants to have a show of strength. That's what we're all worried about. Show me this Five of Swords. He wants victory. Victory at all costs. And we've also got justice here. And the Page of Swords. Anxiety. Defending oneself. All of these cards. There's no surprises here. I cannot say for sure that the Five of Swords is an affirmative. Yes, he will. He would like to. He would like to as a show of strength. And really, if that occurs, as it did in Syria, it might just tip a neutral peacekeeping force to go in there, because that would be the ultimate, wouldn't it? No, I can't see. I can't say for sure. Just that, will he be stopped? Will he be stopped? Will he be removed from power before he can do any more damage? I'd like to see Some light, please, in this. Will he be removed from power before he can do incredible damage? See okay, Three of Pentacles, they're working on it. They're working on it. This is the oligarchs, I feel. The Ten of Cups. The other signifier card, families. The oligarchs worried about their families. The World card, endings and beginnings. I like this. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not my place to say that he should or shouldn't be assassinated. What I do know is he should be brought to justice. And that's what those other two cards revealed as well, which is why I'm asking this question, that perhaps he is removed from power before he can do anything as diabolical and as unspeakable as launch a chemical attack. Seven of Pentacles. I think he wanted to. The question is why he hasn't done it yet. It shows that he wants to do that. He's almost set that up in a way. Seven of Pentacles, he's reviewed that. He's reviewing his plans. Two of Pentacles, he's still deciding. Okay, it's this high wire act that he's on. Nine of Swords, such anxiety here. He wouldn't be getting much sleep. There's a lot of sleepless nights here. Tumultuous mind. The Nine of Rods in the here and now, a barrier being put there, and the Ace of Pentacles, the sanctions. Okay, the sanctions. Five of Swords is in the fear position. So yeah, there's a lot of fear around this. And we've got the King of Pentacles. Clarifying that as moderation. Okay. Six of Swords is the relocation of many, many people. Okay, so I don't see necessarily that he's made that final decision to do that, though I know he's wanted to do it. So I'm not going to say, I can't say for sure, but I do know that he's wanted to let something out of the cup. And the High Priestess here, that subconscious plan, is not at front of mind yet. And we have the Hermit card and the Devil. So isolated, so much atrocity here as well. He's got very few supporters. Very few supporters. Okay. Now, it's rumoured that the FSB could even, which is the old KGB, could even be plotting against him. So let's go to this black car that I saw him getting into a black car. What is this? There's a karmic situation coming to Putin. Will he be assassinated? So I asked, would he be, taken out, removed from power before he could get there? And I think those cards said yes. Yeah, he's kind of, even if he's not assassinated, it's like removed from power. The Eight of Swords, restricted. I like these cards. I like these cards. It means that the forces within the Kremlin are not necessarily working with Putin. They're working against him. And there could be a coup, literally a coup, and he could be removed from power. He's struggling at the moment. His time as emperor is in, or Tsar, is in the past. We've got the Lovers card here. That's in the sky. This could be he could be taken out by someone very, very close to him. And we've got the Five of Cups in the immediate future. Yeah, there's going to be some loss here in relation to the question that I asked. Two of Rods in the here and now. It's like something coming to fruition, a show of strength. In the fear, is hopes and fears is literally hope. I said, show me some hope. And we've got circles of support. They are those stories. Oh, yeah. They're planning something right now. The Ten of Pentacles, as I said, it's going to come from the oligarchs. The Hanged Man, to stop this situation. 3 of Pentacles, they're working on it. And we've got 9 of Cups, miracles, wish fulfillment. And here's our Knight of Rods that I saw. So that also tells me that whatever this plan is, they have the support of the army. So 2 of Rods, there's something around 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that. I think it's shorter than 2 months. I feel that he will be obviously removed from power, and no, he's not a well man. So I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your support of my readings. I will be back again soon.